Ayan, musta kayo lahat? So we have ECQ na naman. Hard lockdown. We gotta stay inside. We can't go out. Bawal lumabas. Today I'm gonna watch a very old video from Northwest Airlines showing how life was in the Philippines a long, long time ago. Northwest Airlines.
Looking down upon Corregidor, the immortal rock of historic Manila Bay. A song that was heard. The Philippines fought and they died, but they were to again. The mementos of their tunnel, blasted for weeks by showering steel, Wainwright surrendered, and with him the Philippines. But that was yesterday. 7,000 Pacific islands are again free.
So it's made after the Second World War because they just said the Philippines is free again. So it's a great thing. I also see that the video is in colors. So I really hope that we're gonna see something new, some new footage that we have not seen before in these old videos about the Philippines.
On Mindanao, second largest of the Philippine islands, the Moro fisherwangas still take their livelihood from the sea, still live in their picturesque straw huts built on stilts above the water.
Now that just looks so nice and idyllic, doesn't it?
Here, a Moro family voyages to their village in a vinta, or dugout, on northern Luzon, home of the Igorots tourist trade. Long ago, their people were hunting heads instead of carving them.
Right. Well, in one of my previous videos, we actually saw that they were head hunters, no? Which of course they are not any longer, no?
A vital outpost in the critical world of the Far East. But by far the largest percentage of the some 20 million inhabitants of these many islands are Filipinos.
Wow, there was only 20 million Filipinos at that time. So this is really quite a while ago. Unlike now, we got what, like 110 million people. 110 million, guys? That's incredible. That's too many. It's too many, guys. We need to stop multiplying.
They are progressing under the democratic spirit of their new republic.
Ayan.
Next, you see the odd and colorful tinikling,
yes,
or bamboo dance, typical of all the islands.
It's nice, no?
Dances may come and dances may go, especially in the modern world of sway and swing.
Yes.
But the old ones of native tradition go on forever. Copra, derived from the meat of the coconut, is an important native product, employing thousands throughout the island.
Look at the buffalo and look at the way they are harvesting the coconuts. I wonder if they still do it like this, like mano-mano, or may ano, machines na yun, or ano. If anybody knows how they harvest coconuts right now, please leave me a comment below, huh? Mano-mano talaga,
After the coconut meat has been dried,
okay,
the oil is utilized in the making of soap, cooking oil, and other products.
Right.
Scooping the meat from the shell requires a practiced hand, and the Filipino has it. The islands are among the world's foremost producers of copra and coconut oil. Now the crop is sugar, another valued export of Philippine agriculture. Before the war, sugar led all other export crops.
Oh, really?
Since that time, because of lack of necessary machinery, rehabilitation was slow.
Yeah, so you see, there were really some crops which were major industries here in the Philippines, like the sugar cane, of course, and the copra and the coconut industry. It's humongous, man. The Philippines was basically controlling the world market with these products. Hemp as well, no? Manila rope, right?
But now sugar is again a foremost industry, one of the two major exports, another tribute to Philippine enterprise.
Philippine Airlines.
Today, you travel by modern, comfortable inter-island plane service, spanning the 1,500-mile length of the Philippines in hours instead of weeks.
Nice plane. That's an old one, huh?
Yet the past is always with you.
Right.
Like these horse-drawn rigs, still following the dusty roads of yesterday.
What's he
In
doing?
this ambitious young republic, native handicrafts have developed into major native industries, among which is the making of rattan furniture.
Wow, this is first time I've seen them make the rattan furnitures in these old videos, because usually we always see the same industries in every single old video. Rattan furnitures was very famous. I remember I had a classmate whose father was importing rattan furnitures from the Philippines and sold it in Denmark.
Rattan is procured from a climbing jungle vine, much like bamboo.
Really?
The furniture is shipped in knockdown sections to the United States.
Okay.
To be assembled and upholstered for the American market.
Nice.
Rattan furniture is noted for its sturdiness and endurance, as well as for its attractive design.
Okay, that's true, huh? So basically they're selling it
Gold
to the
mining
States.
has long been another profitable industry. Both gold and silver, as well as other metals, are important to the Philippine economy.
Look at these old miners, huh? Wow.
Always pineapples have been an important Philippine export.
Correct.
From these fertile fields on the rich and highly productive island of Mindanao comes spiny fruit to grace the tables of the world.
It's funny because when I was a kid, you know, we'd never seen a pineapple when I was a small kid. Now they just came when I was maybe like around maybe 10 or 9 or something. That was the first time I saw a pineapple. And in school, we don't learn how pineapples were grown. So every kid in Denmark basically thought pineapples hang on trees, you know, just like apples or oranges or something. But after I came to the Philippines and I saw the pineapples growing on the way up to Tagaytay, but they are coming out of the ground. And wow, that was just... I had no idea that's how they grew pineapples.
The vast pineapple plantations employ thousands of Filipinos working toward a single goal: economic security under democracy.
Of course. So it's very progressive, as you guys can see during those times, huh?
This is abaca, or Manila hemp. You learn that vast plantations are dedicated to this vital Philippine industry, which supplies a major part of the fiber used in twine and rope.
Yes.
The abaca plant belongs to the banana family and closely resembles the banana tree.
I had no idea. Look at that miniature train coming here. It's almost like a toy train. It's like the ones we had when we were kids, no? It's so tiny and small.
From the fields, the stalks are conveyed by miniature railroad to the plantation's decorticating plant, there to be processed before being shipped to the world outside. Every operation is modern and efficient. The machine crushes and literally husks the stalks, extracting the valuable fiber, which is the tough, durable heart of strong twine and rope.
Right. Well, Philippines has always been famous for making rope, Manila rope, right?
Now the fiber is hung up to dry, preparatory to grading and baling. At the nearest local dock, and they are numerous among these productive islands, the bales of abaca are loaded on inter-island vessels to be transshipped to larger ocean freighters. Once again, Philippine abaca is meeting increasing world demands.
That's great. They came back after Second World War and took back the market, huh? That's a huge tree.
Among Philippine industries in remarkable ascendancy since World War II is lumbering, an excellent example of the new republic's utilization of its natural resources.
That's huge.
To their vast stands of hardwoods, the enterprising Filipinos have brought the most modern methods and equipment.
Really?
Today, the ancient forests echo to the sounds of busy engines as giant cranes manipulate the heavy logs.
Wow. It was so modern already at that
Lumbering
time.
represents a great and far-reaching contribution to the new Philippine economy. From these great stands come mahoganies of great variety.
Right.
Lauan, the dark red Philippine mahogany. Tangili, another dark red wood. White lauan for blonde mahogany, and other types for myriad purposes.
There's so many
a
trees,
vast
huh?
network of
Look at
industrial development, these floating logs will eventually go in which they pass, lies a part of the brightness of the ever-developing industry.
That's a lot of logs, man.
For
Wow.
generations, cutting the giant logs to required length was done by hand. Today, a new era is in force, with power saws speeding
Wow.
up production.
Nice. It's ingenious.
These logs by the many uses to which these forest giants are being put, to fill growing domestic needs and to supply the increasing demands of a wide export market from Japan to America and throughout the world.
Huh, they're just on top of the logs moving around, huh?
So
Oh,
old that its origin is
sipa.
lost in antiquity is the native Philippine game of sipa.
Yeah.
Sipa is played on a small court by teams using a small rattan ball, which is kicked back and forth across a net. Contact with the ball may be made only with the feet.
Wow, look at that. That is amazing, huh? I mean, look at how they're dressed with the shoes. I love it. So basically, this is a sipa court. Does this mean that there was no basketball courts at that time? Or were they separate courts? Or could you use the same? And does anybody still play sipa in the Philippines? I mean, I've seen these coins that they wrap like in a foil or something, and the kids play with it. And when I go to Vietnam, I see them playing sipa all the time. They play it all the time in Vietnam, but they use kind of like a feather thing, which has a little bounce to it. And it's very nice. They do it. They play it the same way. Kick it with the feet, even behind the backs and all that. It's pretty amazing. I haven't seen it for a really, really long time here in the Philippines. So let me know, guys. Look at the buses.
The referee to this hot-foot version of tennis needs a quick and practiced eye to judge the incredible kicks.
All right.
For generations, father has passed on down to son the secrets and skills of this unique, little-known sport. The next time you're looking for a little exercise, you might care to try your skill at this Philippine game known as sipa.
Galing talaga, no?
A high point of Philippine pride is the beautiful Manila racetrack.
Yeah.
Here, the ardently sports-minded gather to witness top-flight racing.
Yon, go, 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 go.
Superb horses and jockeys who seem born to the saddle. Passing the stands, Filipino blood runs faster as the horses go all out to pick a winner.
Wait, the Santa Ana racecourse has been closed down, right? I think they're building some tall condominium buildings there now or something like that. So where is the racecourse right now in the Philippines? Because I have no idea. I remember the Santa Ana track, but where it is now, I don't know. Leave me a comment below. Tell me, where is the horse race course right now?
The race meeting brings a truly cosmopolitan touch to the capital as lovers of horses from all parts of the world convene. With flying hooves bringing a thrill as they thunder down the stretch in the race for home.
Nice. I like this. There was so much sports before, wasn't there? Many different sports.
The magnificent record of the Philippine Army during World War II speaks volumes for its peerless courage and honor. So all the world must share the pride reflected in this parade. Every heart must harbor the hope that the world will never again see such a holocaust as struck this intrepid nation. But should it come, these are the men who will carry on in the valiant tradition of their fathers and brothers whose glory will never die. Baseball may have reached the Philippines via the United States, but from the way the Islanders play it and crowds follow it, you'd think the game had been invented right here.
I don't see baseball anymore.
This could be any World Series crowd. And this brand of baseball would fill a grandstand anywhere. For there are few sports thrills to surpass a clean hit, and a good runner will always bring a crowd to its feet. Filipinos are true natural athletes and sportsmen. Hence, baseball has grown into tremendous national favor with both players and spectators.
What stadium is this? It's not the Rizal Memorial. That's too close to the sea, I can see here.
How does the traveler reach this interesting land?
Northwest Airlines,
By
of
Northwest
course.
Orient Airlines.
Yeah.
Known throughout the world for distinctive, dependable travel.
Well, I traveled with them many times.
Yes, whether your trip
Great.
is for business or for pleasure, you're a million miles from care as you relax in deep, comfortable lounge seats.
Look at these old airplanes. Look at how it was inside, you know. It was so elegant, so modern. You know, it wasn't just like nowadays we feel like we are just a herd of cows sitting in an airplane. You know, just cramming as many as you can. You had real curtains, you had real cutlery, forks and knives and everything. You know, you had real glasses. It was something different. It was an experience. You would dress up nicely. You would feel like a special kind of person when you could travel in an airplane. And just the thing about dressing up, okay, maybe this guy's a bit too much, but at least dressed nicely. Unlike today, you know, sometimes when you come on the plane, you see somebody coming in there just in a shorts and an old t-shirt and flip-flops, you know. Pangit talaga, no? For me, I don't like that. I like that, well, you're going out to travel, you're among other people, you're going from one country to another. At least naman, look presentable, diba? Oh, and then I wish that the airlines could go back to having a little bit more style and class, you know, because it's lacking. I like that ambience of the travel, you know, as they say, travel in style, right? Travel and see the world.
To enjoy the constant attention given Northwest's passengers to make certain that their every wish is anticipated and fulfilled. When dinner time rolls around, there
Wow,
are
look at that.
appetizing menus to satisfy the most
It
exacting.
looks like a restaurant, doesn't it?
After
Ooh.
dinner, perhaps your choice is a friendly game of cards with fellow passengers,
Wow, can
or
you
a few
imagine that?
words with your experienced captain.
Right, that's the
Meanwhile,
time,
you
huh?
cover amazing distances on the finest airborne accommodations in existence. Northwest's new turbo installation, the ultimate in flying comfort. Nighttime
Huh?
and Northwest's personalized service
beds?
includes the availability of wide berths for those who desire them.
Really?
And almost
Wow.
before you know it, you'll be fast asleep high in the clouds over the passing Pacific.
That's amazing.
Breakfast time.
Okay.
And another superbly interesting and delicious meal with the compliments of Northwest. Just another of many reasons why experienced travelers agree that Northwest Orient Airlines is truly the ultimate in air travel.
Well, I always enjoyed Northwest
The
Airlines,
magic
honestly.
age of flight has truly come to the Philippines. Every day at Manila's International Airport come great skyliners from all over the world. Only hours ago you were in California. Now you're in Manila,
Right.
Queen City of the islands.
Oh yeah,
you
we're in
cross one of the
Manila.
many bridges in the heart of the Philippine capital.
Of course, that's Jones
Then
Bridge.
suddenly you stop.
Binondo.
Stop and remember. For within this city there is another city, the old Manila. And here stand grim and shattered ghosts of the tragedy of war.
Yeah.
World War II ruins, drenched in blood and fire. But that is the old Manila.
Yeah, of course, this was a very sad chapter of the world history because it was not just here, it was everywhere in the world, no? But the sad thing was really that Manila was the second most damaged or destroyed city after the Second World War. First one, of course, being Warsaw in Poland. Yeah, and well, we can still see buildings with bullet holes in Intramuros until today from the Second World War. That is also why we don't have so many old buildings in the Philippines, especially here in Manila, right? There's very few old buildings that survived the Second World War.
The new Manila is a miracle of modern
Capo.
reconstruction, a tribute to a people who never surrendered their human rights.
Traffic
Countless
enforcer.
jeepneys, built jeeps, provide popular and economical post-war transportation,
Yes.
mingling oddly with those horse-drawn rigs of another day. You marvel at Manila's new and modernized buildings, yet another tribute to the courage and progressive spirit of the Filipino.
Yep, that's absolutely Jones Bridge you got there. Not that building right there. It's not there anymore. It says for cool home something with asbestos. And then you got the Filtrust building, the one with the red cap on top. You see there? No? So this was after Second World War, so they rebuilt the bridge. Unfortunately, it didn't look too nice at that time. Unlike now, it looks beautiful again, right? And okay, let's see what else they have to show us here in Manila.
You see the Manila Post Office,
What's that?
once bombed to shambles, now
Yeah.
magnificently reborn. You pass the stately buildings of government,
Right.
and remember that this republic, patterned after that of the United States, has made amazing progress.
Correct.
You stop at
Hotel.
the Manila Hotel, fashionable rendezvous of society and sophistication. and many times the Manila home of the royal and the famous.
Yes. Even MacArthur lived
She
there, right?
wears a butterfly gown,
Yeah.
accepted formal attire of the dark-eyed Filipina. Now it's a pair of happy newlyweds, just after their wedding breakfast at the
Congrats.
hotel.
I wonder
As
who
for the
they are.
modern Manila miss, she's right in style. Next, you visit Santo Tomas University, founded in 1611, where many Americans were once interned. Santo Tomas is one of the world's celebrated institutions of learning. Its curriculum as advanced as the architecture of its impressive engineering building.
It looks nice, huh? I've never seen that building.
Philippine youth is hungry for education.
Of course.
It is young men like these who volunteered by the thousands for active duty in Korea as defenders of liberty.
Ah, that's right.
They are the torchbearers of Philippine democracy.
So that means to say it must be in the 50s because Korean War was in the 50s, right? As far as I remember. So, okay. Well, it's not that long after Second World War. And the Philippines actually sent a lot of soldiers to Korea. And I think South Korea is very thankful for the support given by the Filipino soldiers. They had a lot of courage. They were fighting like nobody else, basically. It was just an unbelievable story. Maybe I should try to react to a video about the Filipino soldiers in Korea.
To them will be entrusted the precious freedom of their homeland. Manila is also a thriving industrial center.
Glass
Her
factory.
plants and factories pouring out the products of the new century.
San Miguel.
The fast-growing recovery program of the Philippines depends more and more on the mechanized assembly line.
Yes, of course. It was the time of industrialization.
One of the island's important exports, abaca fiber, is shipped to the four corners of the globe to become world-famous Manila rope. How many old sailing ships could have sailed so far and so long without this strong and dependable product of the sunny Philippines?
That's
How many
true.
are its uses today? Truly countless.
I wonder how much we're using rope until now, huh, in the big ships. Maybe they're still using it.
One of the most unusual sights in these colorful islands is rice planting, performed to the two-quarter time of a plunking guitar. You don't quite believe it, but it's
Wow.
true. Some
Look at
40
that.
men and women in mud to their knees, laboring to the ancient rhythm of a rice planting song.
Look at that guy playing the guitar in the rice field, huh? So that was like to uplift the spirits and get them to do it all at the same time, huh?
You'll find many contrasts in these colorful islands of the tropic seas. Planting to music is part of their fascination, part of their
Wow.
very life. Such are the Philippines,
Nice.
America's vital ally in the Pacific. The Asiatic East is not interested in the words of democracy, but in the deeds of democracy. And
Right.
performing those deeds is the Republic of the Philippines, one of freedom's fighting strongholds in this world of ours.
Paalam na. Unfortunately, it doesn't say exactly when it's made, but I think it must be in the 50s, since they're talking about the young men going to Korea to fight in the Korean War. Also, you can see there's still some things left over from the Second World War, so it definitely has to be sometime in the 50s, that's for sure. And it's great to see how they were actually progressing during that time. You know, there was so much modernization going on with the factories and industries all over the Philippines. What do you guys think about the Philippines way back in the 50s? It looked very modern, looked like a completely different place, basically. I'm so happy that Northwest Airlines made this video to show us what it was like to live in the Philippines and Manila way back in the 1950s. It was like 60 years ago, grabe naman. 60, 70 years ago. Unbelievable how time flies, isn't it? I love Northwest Airlines. It's a great airline. Do they still exist? I don't know. I haven't even flown them for a few years, but I used to fly them a lot when I went to Canada and the States. Get vaccinated and stay home. Alright, thank you all so much for watching my video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click that subscribe button and of course the bell button so you'll be notified when we have new videos for you.